Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Manifesting Millions podcast. Today is a very exciting episode. I tell you that every week, but for reals, if you have been struggling with who you're showing up as in the world, if you feel like your desires are just not matching up, if you're tired of feeling some kind of way, holy smokes, today's episode is for you. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Manifesting Millions podcast, where we talk about manifestation, money, and practical guidance to creating your dream reality. My name is Amy Van Meel, and I am an experienced coach and transformation guide, obsessed with helping you get out of your own way and create a life that blows your mind each day you wake up. My goal in this podcast is to share practical manifestation, self-awareness, and growth techniques in real talk conversations. So if you're ready to massively transform your reality, your finances, your relationships, and your overall enjoyment of life, you are in the right place. I am absolutely delighted that you're here with me today, babe. Let's get into it. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the podcast. Today is a funny episode for me, only because I am sitting in the Costco parking lot. I just finished fueling up my car. I'm about to head into the grocery store, and I had to grab my phone and record this episode for you. So if you're at the Calgary Costco in East Hills today and you happen to see some lunatic sitting in her driver's seat talking to her phone while waving her left hand around, it's me, and you're welcome, because what's channeling through is fucking powerful. So I'm been listening to this audiobook by Shoshana Raven. I think it's called The Limit Does Not Exist. It just popped up on my Spotify suggested listening list. And I was intrigued. I was intrigued by the title, and I was like, well, let's check it out and see what it's about. And I have been binging this audiobook for days. I am so here for her energy, for the wisdom and the truths that she is channeling through. I cannot say enough good things about it. I highly recommend that you go press play on it yourself, and you can send me a thank you card once you've had a listen, because I think it will also change your life. One of the things that's been percolating through my brain the last week or so is, and candidly, it's inspired by the very opening of the Shoshana Raven book. She says, somewhere along the way, I adopted the pen name of Raven, and that's where she's built her business. And something about that twigged something in me. I've been doing my very best to be honest and transparent, to be real, to fully show up as who I fully am in all of the work that I do. But I'm also hyper aware that anything I say as Amy Van Meel, any stories that I share, especially any experiences that come forward as it relates to my family, my history, people in my life, by sharing them as Amy Van Meel, I almost indict and drag in the people who are in the stories with me. And I'm very, very aware that they probably don't want for me to share those experiences, to talk about the things that are messy, that might paint them in a less than flattering light, even though it's my experience and my experience to share. And I always and only share experiences in the hope that it will expand and reach and inspire others. And as I was listening to this book, and as I heard her say, I adopted the pen name Raven, and off I went. And it just sparked something in me. It's been an idea that has been percolating in my awareness for a very long time, if I'm being very real with you. But I just could never figure out what that would be. How would I show up differently? What name would I want to build under? And everything felt kitschy and kind of cheesy, and nothing really seemed to land. And as I was listening to this audiobook and I was going about my day, I feel like I was running errands or something that day, this word diamond started trickling through. And I was like, Amy Diamond. Interesting. All right. Well, let's check it out. Once I'm home, I'll see if the social media handles are available. Let's see if the website is available. We'll check it out. Fun fact, if you were to try to buy amydiamond.com, it starts at $14,000 plus your yearly domain fee. So amydiamond.com is not going to be me, at least not at this point. But I've been just playing with this idea, turning it over in my mind, trying to envision how would I move? What would I say? What would Amy Diamond look like in the world? How would she show up? And it's kind of interesting to play in that space, because what I have begun to really realize and recognize is that Amy Diamond, she's a fucking powerhouse, man. The weight, the constrictions, the feeling of I'm not allowed to say that because I'm afraid it might hurt somebody, that is carried around in everything that Amy Van Meel shares. That weight is gone. That sense of I'm not allowed to talk about my experiences, it goes away. And I reached out to a couple of friends and I said, hey, I'm toying with this idea. What do you think if I were to change my public name and build the brand as Amy Diamond? Does that sound cheesy? Does it sound fine? Like, what do you think? And one of the things that has been so present for me as well is that Amy Van Meel is not the easiest name to spell. Amy Diamond, anybody anywhere in the world knows how to spell. And two of my friends actually reached back. I've only told 3. And they said, I like it. It feels like you. Plus, it's easier to spell. I think it's awesome. It aligns with the work that you're doing. And moving into this space of who is Amy Diamond? What does she do? A book has begun to pour out of me, currently titled The Diamond Diaries. I spent the entire day yesterday just writing. Before I left this morning, I typically go get groceries like first thing in the morning. I'm out the door at 7:30 in the morning, and I couldn't go this morning. I had to sit down with my laptop before I did anything else and write things out. And there's a freedom. There's this creativity that is just pouring through me that it feels like it's been waiting all along, and it's finally found its portal, the clear channel to come through. Now, this sounds like, and I guess in a way, oddly, which was not intended, is kind of a way of like announcing, hey, so Amy Van Meel is now going to be changing to Amy Diamond, and I'll be updating the social media handles, and I'll be updating the website links and all the things. And so, yeah, I am in a way announcing that that's what's going to be happening. You're welcome. Thanks for being here with me on this particularly uninspired, I guess, announcement and sharing of what's happening. But I was at the gas station and I've been feeling low this morning and feeling the stress and the weight of the financial experience that is currently what my 3D vision is showing back to me. Knowing that today is a big grocery day. Costco is always a big grocery shop, no matter how few things I seem to put on the list. I have to hit the regular grocery store. I have to hit the butcher. I'd like to get to the greenhouse. And I also need to go to the fabric store. And by the time I get home, I know that the car will be full, and so will my credit card. And that weight has been sitting on me, this sense of just fucking defeat. Knowing that, like, how does this come together? When does the business start generating money? How do I actually go and have an impact in the world? When will my words resonate in such a way that it inspires people that they just cannot help but want to jump into one of my programs, book some coaching with me, buy the book that they don't even know I'm writing yet? So I'm at the fuel station. It's my first stop today. It's a gorgeous sunny day. The wind is calm, which is lovely because it was windy as fuck yesterday. I can see the mountains off in the distance. And I put the fuel nozzle into the gas tank. I click it on. And I lean back against my car. And I just think to myself, what would Amy Diamond do right now? How would she move? And I felt this internal tug, this desire to be joyful, to just smile anyway, to feel fucking happy and good, just because it feels good. And immediately I feel this weight, this net of frameworks that promptly falls over me and says, you can't feel happy right now. You're almost out of money. Your business isn't growing. You've got no clients on the calendar. You have no idea how you're going to make it financially past the end of next month. You're not allowed to feel happy. You need to feel sad. And I lean back against my car and I close my eyes and I just felt the sun on my cheek. And I thought, why is this the role that I'm playing? Who said that I have to feel sad? Who said that it's irresponsible to feel happy anyway? All the manifestation teachers say to you, you want to embody the reality that you want to have long before it even shows up. And the social media posts have tried to really make being delusional, having delusional joy and delusional happiness and living in the delusional space of my dreams are already my reality. They've tried to make it seem like that's the way to get there. And perhaps it is. And for those of us who have yet to experience the biggest of our dreams coming true, for those of us who are still living in the very real lived experience of financial constriction, of limitations, of challenges in our work, frustrations in our days, the constant drumbeat of worry saying, hey, we can't calm down yet. We can't be happy yet. It's not all better. For those of us in that experience, it's wonderful to see someone say, you can just be delusional and things will come in. But in the day-to-day, in the Costco parking lot, when you're getting ready to get groceries that you don't know if you'll be able to pay for next month, that delusional space feels impossible. And I realized as I was leaning against the car and thinking about this and thinking about the rules that say, Amy, you don't know where your next dollar's coming from. You're right up against the financial limits. There's no further financial grace in what is currently existing in your world. You don't get to feel happy. And I wondered who wrote those rules. Who wrote them? Why are we choosing to follow those rules instead of just being happy anyway? Amy Diamond, she's a fucking force, man. She's joyful and she shines and she's not doing it in a performative way. She just can't help it. It's like the moon. I'm sitting in the parking lot. It's 10:18 in the morning. It is full sunshine and the highway is full of traffic and there are people coming and going all around me. And above me is a crescent moon. It's my favorite kind of moon. And the crescent moon shines anyway. It's full daylight. It seems like we shouldn't be able to see it, and yet there she is. And the moon doesn't generate her own light. The moon reflects light. A diamond doesn't generate its own light. A diamond reflects light. So what if my heart is the light? What if my heart is the joy and the happiness and the peace and the just fucking sheer brilliance of the fact that I am in a meat suit of a body with unaccountable different systems that work on unimaginable in different ways and on different nutritions and in different interconnected ways that we still, after hundreds of years of studying the human body, do not fully understand. Why can't I just feel happy? Why do I need to feel sad? How does that honor or respect the financial reality that might be currently in place? I don't think it does. And I always like to finish these episodes with some kind of wisdom, some kind of, okay, take this with you and see how it lands and challenge yourself this week. And I gotta say, I don't want to today. I don't want to today. Today, I actually just want to feel the light. As a quick aside, there is an enormous plume of black smoke that is just ahead, and I'm kind of wondering what's on fire and hoping very much that there's a fire truck on the way, because that's a big plume of black smoke. Let's set the intention that everybody is safe and everybody is okay, and that whatever happens to be throwing that bit of black smoke up is easily contained and doesn't create a lot of damage. It's a beautiful sunny day here. I love you so much. And if this resonates, please share it out. Help me get the word out there. And if you don't want to, that's cool. I love you anyway.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform and help me reach more like-minded people who are ready to expand their life. If you haven't yet followed me on social media, find me on Instagram for extra love and inspiration by following @AmyVanMeal or visit my website at amyvanmeal.com. I love you so much, babe, and I am damn proud of you. I am already excited to connect in the next episode. And in the meantime, believe in yourself with the confidence of a 5-year-old.